We are here to present Unleashing the Full Potential of XM Cloud Personalization with Sitecore Personalize, which was the presentation that we put together for the last SUG-BR in Minneapolis. Before we get started, I don't think we have to spend a lot of time in this slide, José, because people know us pretty well. But I am Rodrigo Peplau, country head of ARC in Brazil. Been working with Sitecore since 2010, 8 times MVP, hopefully 9 next year, and a bunch of certifications. I speak about the certifications because it's a good illustration of how much we have to learn and keep on learning every day in the Sitecore community or working with Sitecore. Joseph?
Yeah, I've been working with Sitecore for the last 8 years, almost 90 already, and also been Sitecore MVP 6 times. I'm applying to Sitecore MVP this year. I just did my application actually, so I'm keeping track of all my activities, so it was easier for me to apply. I have Sitecore Content Hub certification as well, and also you was saying, I mean, everything changes very fast in technology, and we have to learn new things all the time. And for the Sitecore MVP is the same. Every year have to do a bunch of stuff, and I try to keep on the edge of the curve and contributing to the community. So it takes a lot of effort to do that. And also Sitecore Hackathon Champion with Rodrigo, and I'm living in Estonia, and but I'm also Brazilian. So yeah, that's it.
Everything changes so fast. A few weeks ago, you were used to live in Estonia, but now you're moving to Poland, right?
Yeah, I'm not to tell anything about Estonia anymore because I mean I just moved, so I landed in Poland on this Monday, so I can talk about Estonia. But maybe in the next presentation I have to change this flag by now. But well, Estonia is a great country, very cold, and if you don't know where it's located, check on the map. It is on the edge of Europe and very beautiful place. If one day you be traveling around, I definitely recommend you to stop by there. I won't be there to drink a beer with you anymore, but if you go to Poland, then you can come to have a beer with me.
Cool. Alrighty. Okay, so this user group is also proudly supported by ARC, which is the company that myself and José work to. We are in Brazil and in Atlanta. The headquarters is in Atlanta, has been founded in 2005. It means we have almost 20 years of history. And the logos that you see on screen, they are logos that somehow have been participation of a team in Brazil. And it's been just the start of the journey, but already very, very intense. And we can see this is going to flourish.
And
The Go
well,
Horse, yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
sorry, I love to see that Go Horse slide. I get very excited. That's the thing.
Ah, oh
Yeah,
yeah.
so whoa, our Go Horse team, we've been participating in the hackathon for a lot of years, and we are one of the teams that always deliver. So every hackathon since we start participating, we might not have one of them, but we always deliver something, and always something cool that I totally recommend you to take a look in our GitHub. And there's a lot of stuff, like a lot of useful stuff there, a lot of code that it's hard to find, and we always try to build something new. And this year was not different. We built something very cool as well, and it is there free for download. And yeah, we won twice. The team Go Horse won twice. And this picture we took in a couple years ago uh, in the Sitecore Symposium. Was really great event. We have João Neto there and José Neto. We are not the same person, but we are both Brazilians. We both Sitecore MVPs. We both live in Europe, so it's very common to people like mistaking us to think it's the same person, but we are not the same person. So, but we're all part of the same team. And we have here our symbol, the horse, showing there on the picture as well. And it was great to meet all the team. Fortunately, last time we were able to see everyone was just those years. But Rodrigo and I will be able to meet this year twice already, even living so far away. And yeah, it was great. The SUG-BR this year was great. And yeah, let's move on. So how do you feel? So I just talked about uh, changes, right? So I had to change like my country. So and changing this word now is it's like that. It's very dynamic. Things are changing very fast, and that's true for all areas. And for IT, I think it's the most innovating area that we have, right? So and when you are changing, you're step away of our comfort zone. And yes, Rodrigo, one, can you move on the slide? Yes. So here I would like to, we're going to talk about new products of Sitecore, a lot of new technology. And how do you feel? I would like to see if you're like excited or optimistic about it, or maybe you're just worried about the learning curve, which is normal. Everything is new. You might just get worried about that. And also, if you're uncertain about where the technology is heading, so everyone will have those feelings. It's pretty common. So changes will always bring discomfort to your life, and we always need to be prepared for that. And well, we in this presentation we'll try to help you to understand a little bit of those things. And those questions that we have, like how big the learning curve will be, right? Will take like months to learn this stuff? Can I just take a look in 1 week, just see this presentation I'll be able to do, right? And if I need to do a migration, because Sitecore is transforming a lot, right? We're going to like, for example, cloud, for instance, and you see in the future projects you'll be migrating for that. How is this migration path? How's it going to be doing that? And when you do such huge changes in the technology is all everyone will be asking is how much of the legacy code can I be reusing, right? Or is a complete new implementation? So with this presentation, we'll try to help you and we'll try to bring some answers to that. And one thing that I can tell about it, let's try to find those answers together. In the community, you have a lot of support, and being part of this group, being here like in the Sitecore group Brazil, we try to help you as well. And for learning on this technology, everyone will learn a little bit and share a little bit. That's why we have the community, and we need to ask for help. We need to ask for guidance, support, and that's what we're trying to do because everyone needs to learn new stuff. So what is personalization? So let's start with that. So
I know
Rodrigo,
this. I know this one. It's you go to the rendering, you click in personalize, and you do the selection of your business logic. This is personalization, right?
kind of, you're very close to that, but let's take a look in the Sitecore definition so we can put everyone here on the same page, right? So personalization is the method for displaying target relevant content to your contacts based on their characteristics and behavior, such as location, gender, or previous visits.
Cool. All right. So let's break that down to the most important parts of any personalization experience, okay? The first one is the user, the visitor, the contact, the guest. Call it the name you want, but is a person interacting with your brand. The second is the context. So, what is the user doing? Is that user accessing a page? Is the user submitting a form? Is the user downloading something? So the action, the context, okay? The third part of that puzzle is the logic. Okay, so what is the business logic, the decision mechanism behind the experience? Okay, so the user plus the context plus the logic enables the CMS to provide the content. That is the personalized experience itself. Let me give you an example. So we have here a user, José Neto. The user is José Neto, and the context is he loads the homepage. It's 9 a.m. in Estonia. The logic is going to be, at 9 a.m. it's between 5 and 12, and thus 9 a.m. is morning. And then José gets a content for morning when he accesses the homepage. But I am here, Rodrigo, in Brazil. I am doing the context in 3 a.m. in Brazil. So 3 a.m., if you look to the logic is going to be night because it's between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. And thus I get a night content. Okay, so in short, in a nutshell, this is what every experience is about. Okay, but when it comes to Sitecore, we have a tradition, like a classic way of doing personalization that is based in rules. Okay, so remember the yellow block logic, the logic inside Core XPXM platform is based on rules. Okay, and those rules are built with C#. So whether if you are using a native rule condition for your personalization, or if you're using a custom one, behind the scenes you're running C# code. The difference, if you don't know, between XP and XM is that XP has an XDB that is a database where Sitecore stores data about the content, the contact, data about the user. Okay, so in other words, XP has a memory for past interactions. XM doesn't have. Because of that, the capabilities of XP, of course, is bigger in terms of what it can do with personalization. Go, Joseph.
So, yeah, so let's talk a little bit about page level personalization, okay? So how this works? So basically in a page level personalization, we are allowed to have just one rule, right? So in this case, we have the user loading one page, and we have one rule being associated with this page. In this case, we have this rule called time of the day. So when the user accesses this page, this rule will be triggered, and based on their time, let's say it is in the morning, it's going to show up something. So we have that yellow square there and a screen. So it's going to show something there, right? It's in the evening, it's going to show a different data source, a different content. So we have that on the right. And for night, we have another data source, and it's going to show something else. So here I'll just like to keep that in mind. What's important in this slide is that page level personalization, you can have just only one rule at a time, right? So we have here time of the day, and that's the only rule that's allowed us to have. And based on that, you have to create a whole different page with all the content that you want. So now I want to talk about component level personalization. So what is the difference here? So the component level personalization allows us to have multiple rules in the same page, right? So page level personalization, you had just one, and now on component level personalization, you can put basically multiple rules at the same time on the page, right? So we're gonna in this case, you can change, you can associate the Sitecore component to a rule, right? So the first one that you're seeing here, again, we have time of the day. That's the name of our first rule. And this is associated with that red square. That there's a Sitecore component there that's associated with a content. So when you load the page, it's gonna trigger the time of the day rule for only that component, right? And just that piece of the screen, that rendering is going to change and show different content based on time of the day. Again, morning, even, and night, right? So three different data sources, three different content that we show here on the red square. The second one, it is on the left side in yellow. We have another component here and another rule. This rule is based on country. So let's say the user is in USA, it's gonna show something for that user. Maybe let's say their flag, right? So let's say that user is in Germany, it's gonna show some content target for Germany. Let's say the user is in Ecuador, it's gonna show target information for Ecuador as well. So here we triggered two rules, each one for each component, and another rule that you have on the right side of the slide, which is in blue, it's based on device. So let's say the user is connecting using a desktop computer, you can show some content for desktop. However, if the user is accessing that through a mobile device, you can show different content here as well. So here you have this difference. So just to confirm that you got it, component level personalization have multiple rules at the same time running, right? And the page level, we had just one.
Yeah, still in this slide, José, just to call the attention that we have the three pillars here demonstrated: the user, the context, and the rules.
So we're going to talk a little bit about the XM Cloud as well, because this presentation kind of combines both. And XM Cloud is a very hot topic. We're seeing, I would say, the beginning of that. So it's going to still be a hot topic for some years. And a lot of partners are just starting this journey, and with their clients, we start this journey to migrate and to learn about the XM Cloud. So the XM Cloud comes with a lot of things already. So one of the things it's comes with the XXA. It's already there. Also, JSS is there. All the headless support is there. And for the developers, we have containers. So if you're not yet used to work with containers, you're not yet using Docker in your local, now it's really, I mean, you cannot run away from that anymore. So once you will be working with XM Cloud, you need to have Docker installed and you need to use that. There is no way, different way anymore to do it, I would say. Also, we'll be using Sitecore serialization. So would be you gonna, if you never touch that, so take a look, Sitecore content serialization. So because you're gonna be bringing items to your local, also to the cloud, and the Sitecore content serialization, it is the way to do it. Another very important thing here that I like to highlight is the edge. So when you have the Sitecore XM Cloud, you don't have the concept of, say, of the CD server anymore. So when you're gonna, let's say you have the master and the web database, right? And when you're gonna publish one Sitecore item, you usually select there, publish site, publish item, and you select web database, and you publish the item to web. That's gonna be accessed through a CD server, right? So now you won't have this thing anymore. What comes into place is the edge. So it is an API-based service that will be handling this thing now. So when you're gonna publish, you're gonna see, and you're gonna show up that the presentation. When you're gonna publish, you're gonna see publish to the edge, right? And the edge basically is like a CDN that's across the globe. And I would say that this CD server that you're used to now will be handled by Sitecore. Okay, so this is a very important concept to keep in mind as well. So there are things for everyone, right? So there are things for the developers, and there are things also for the marketers. And what do you have here now that is new for the markets as well? that's important for them. So one cool thing that we have, it is the pages. So it's called Sitecore Pages. So it is a new way to compose the page, to create the page, to add the components on the page. And so this is a new visual author experience that we have. However, you might have seen that in the past. So if you remember, in the past, we had something called Sitecore Horizon, and the pages is basically based on the Horizon technology. It's based on that. So it is it's not like that was. It is an evolution of that. It's more mature. It still requires. There's still things that, unfortunately, it's not there yet. It's a new thing. So still some things you might need to. I mean, in our tests, we did with pages, but sometimes there are some specific things that you might still need to use the experience editor, for instance. But this is new, and it is evolving each version. And Sitecore Cloud, it is on a cloud, right? So there are new changes that are coming there, and you don't have to do, let's say, an update to the new version, right? So always this will come, like new updates to the page will come there, and maybe soon you go there, and the new button will be just pop up there, so you can use. So this very cool feature. I like the pages, but it's still in development and evolving a lot. Also, Sidecar Cloud, we have just like ready for that. So if you're gonna build with headless and all this stuff, it supports that. And also the personalization, it's like made simple. What I mean by that, I mean that when you are in XM Cloud, the personalization is, I would say, integrated already there. So when you are in XM Cloud, you're basically a website and you have the tabs there, and the access to personalization is very simple, and it's another tab there that you click. So it's very, the integration between XM Cloud and other Sitecore products are very good. In this way, it's easier. So I guess that's it.
The other piece of that puzzle that we are putting together in this stack is Sitecore Personalize. If you don't know what Personalize is, here's a brief slide to introduce it. It's an omni-channel, API first, fully cloud native system to implement personalization, a personalized experience in any website, basically in anything connected to the internet, not just website, but anything connected to the internet. It does support personalization and A/B test, and also comes with a CDP, which is like a database of users, right? Customer data platform, and tailor to help you understand the journey and everything. Of course, the analytics is very powerful as well, with a lot of powerful and helpful charts explaining everything your audience is doing. Okay, remember, personalize is the logic, okay, from our three pillars. The logic is the one who explains how that customization will be provided. So here is the XM Cloud portal, and as you can see, the personalize is there now if you have access to that, of course. The two icons that you see here. And as soon as you get there, you see if you had access to that before, that they redesigned the user interface. Now they have these convenient menus at the top where everything is more conveniently reachable. The most important, perhaps, feature in Personalize, the decision models are intact. With decision models, as you can see, you have this canvas where your marketers can build very complex business logics from basically just drag and dropping. And sometimes we'll need the help of a developer, but sometimes not. And that's a very convenient way to build your logic. Uh, Personalize has this concept of experiences, okay? An experience is basically a personalization being implemented. And here you have the personalization experience, the web experience that we put together for this demo today. It's the Go Horse personalization. It's targeting everyone that is using our website. And behind the scenes, we have rules. Okay, but let me speak about a little more about the rules. I already told you about the rules made in C Sharp. And yes, we have something similar in XM Cloud, but let me start. Do you know this guy? He is Chico Buarque. He is a guy from Brazil, a musician. Some people love him, some people hate it, some people don't even know he exists. And he is here to tell us that he has normally two thoughts, a good and a bad thought. And he comes first with a good thought. The good thought is that XM Cloud supports rules-based personalization. And yes, that's a good, very good news because we can perhaps just port our old rules, right? No. Chico Buarque is here to tell it's not backward compatible with the legacy C Sharp rules. Unfortunately, it's not. Yeah? Yeah, Chico. Thank you, Chico. Yeah, but I know what you're thinking. I know you're thinking like I explored already. I would be played with the XM Cloud, and I see there's still a button there. Click, and you see there's still the all the conditions are there. You still everything is intact. Why can you how can you tell me that personalization is not working anymore with the rules? I see they is still there. No, it's not. Yes, they are there. I know how frustrating that can be, but actually they are not functional. They don't work, in other words. So take this article from Jack Spector, prominent member of our community. He's talking about that, how to reuse pretty much the rule system from the XP in XM Cloud, but he's very specific. We cannot reuse the backend code, unfortunately. And the reason is simple. In XM Cloud, you don't have pretty much, you don't have the code behind anymore. You still have server side, but it's not C Sharp, it's something else, okay? So what Jack is recommending here is actually re-implementation. Okay, I know it can be really uh, disappointing. It's you,
So
José.
yeah, so let's talk a little bit about those new personalized rules, right? So well, we can create some, of course, we can create custom, but when you have a new product, there are some there that comes out of the box, and that helps us a lot. So instead of just trying to go create your custom, before that, let's take a look and see if there are stuff there already, and you can reuse that and take advantage of that. Of course, Sitecore provides us some roles that you can start using out of the box, and date is one of that. Device, we talked about the device rule before. If you are on the phone, if you are on desktop, so that's already there. So you can use the device rule. You can also target the audience using GUIP as well. So this is already built there in the software. Also point of sale, also user interaction and visit. And if you want to know more about the rules that the product offers for you, there is this QR code which will take you to that link below, and that's like a full documentation from Sitecore. And I really recommend you to take a look on that. So it shows in detail how to use the rules. So if you don't want to go to the detail, at least take a look at the name of that, so you know the capabilities of are like out of the box. So The other thing here, it is the custom one. So you can also create your custom rule here. And on this slide here, you are seeing an example of a custom rule created. And this one, a custom rule, you want to create your own logic. And in this case, on the custom rule, we created the time time of the day. So you can see here the code that we are using here, it is JavaScript. So that's very important to know that now the rules that you'll be developing here, it's gonna be developed in JavaScript. So in order you to have this capability of creating your custom rule, you need to have the proper license for that. Okay, so that's something important to keep in mind.
All right. Yeah, so now that you know a lot about the basis of what we put together, and you know what component level personalization is, let's talk about that with XM Cloud. Is it possible? Page level is there and pretty much very convenient to do. You can just go there and, what is a tradition in Sitecore, visually set up the personalization based on a single rule for the whole page, which is what they call page level. But what if you want component level? It's not possible yet, unfortunately. It's on the roadmap. Sitecore is coming with that eventually, somehow, some point in the future. They promise to do that soon, sooner than later. But if you do want to do that today, component level personalization, you are by yourself, basically. You have to go and build your own stuff. That's why we put together the present demo to show you and give you some code that you can reuse and implement your own component level personalization with XM Cloud, which is not yet out of the box there. But let me talk about, it's not just enable you to do component level personalization, but also keeping things where they belong. Okay, what did that mean? Okay, the content has to do in the CMS. Okay, you have in the slide in the left in blue, it's XM Cloud. What is that? It's a CMS. Okay, it has more than just a CMS, but the content is there, and the content is supposed to be there only. Okay, and Personalize, as you know, it's a tool for the logic, okay? So there's no point adding logic to the CMS, and there's no point adding content to the Personalize, okay? But actually, because of the way Personalize works, it has been designed to be omni-channel and to serve to any website, any platform. It comes with something called web experience that this is a good example, a pop-up. It's a very convenient way to add a pop-up to your website. For instance, you don't even need to program anything. Just using Personalize, you can inject this. But if you look behind the scenes, this is what you see. This is HTML, right? So, right, you have some placeholders here and there that will save you some content to be hard coded, but it's very tempting to drop, let's say, an image here, and the image will point to I don't know, a public URL, and that's going to be content that you're blending with the logic. Logic is going to be only in Personalize if you do a little more exercise than this. Unfortunately, in order to do what we are proposing here, we have to get rid of the HTML. And I would tell you, the way we put together this, it's not because it's us, but I feel this is very practical and easy to understand. This presentation has been built for marketers, and I hope in the end you will be able to understand, the technical aspects of that.
Yeah, so let's take some important leaks here before we start our demo. So We have we have a live demo, right? So you can using your phone and QR code reader, you can just point your phone there and open the link. This will take you to this site, SUG-BR and Go Horse. And basically, what you see is the page level personalization being applied in a site developed in XM Cloud, right? So write down this link or just take a picture of the slide and save this QR code later. The second link that we are going to show is our GitHub. So we have this code saved in GitHub, and if you want to take a look later to understand how the pieces are connected, I would recommend you to do that because there are a lot of pieces here, right? You have like a customization in Sitecore. We have things in the personalize. So we have some code also made in Next.js. So there's a lot of pieces here that connect to make this presentation to work, right? So GitHub is there, and definitely recommend you to take a look there. So let's see our website. So this is our website hosted. It's in XM Cloud, and we have on the left this component, and we are gonna apply our component level personalization. So,
Oh yeah.
Rodrigo,
So speaking about the code changes, guys. So simple. The changes we have to do to turn any Next.js component, headless component, into compatible to this code is going to do two steps. Step one, you have to add a property CDP container to the div, to the outer div of our component, and render the unique ID of the rendering there. It's going to be an ID, a unique ID that identifies this block as the container of our component in question. In step two, we have to mark all fields with the property CDP field. And we have to use the name of the field inside the quotes. So you see here two highlighted, right? JSS image promo icon, the CDP field is promo icon. So we just need to make sure the name is respected. It has to be exactly the same name as we define it in Sitecore. Otherwise, the code won't work. So let's show how quick it's going to be to adapt the promo component to our system. See, the promo component is a component that comes with the starter kit. I start by declaring the component rendering namespace so I can use it internally in my component. And I expose in the rendering variable property. And now I can go ahead and do what I said in the previous slide. So I will add the CDP container with the rendering unique ID. And I will add to each field, I will add the CDP dash field for the promo icon, for the promo text, and for the promo link. Cool, always making sure to type the correct name of the field. So because this component has two visualizations, with and without text, I have to repeat the same, but I am calling the gods of the video edition and doing that really quickly, okay? Cool. All right, now we are good to go. And if you are a developer like me, you want to know how to deploy that to Sitecore XM Cloud, we are going to commit that. So I'm committing the changes that I just made. I go to XM Cloud and publish that, so deploy that. So XM Cloud comes with a out-of-the-box continuous integration system, and it's of course magic of video edition again, but it took 8 minutes to deploy only.
so Now we're gonna get deeper to our demo, and here we're gonna show up some new cool things. We're gonna use the variants, right? So we're gonna create the rules, and we're gonna have a variant for each scenario for the time of the day rule, right? So we're gonna create one variant for morning, we're gonna create one variant for afternoon, another variant for evening, and another variant for night. And also what you need to do is to use the appropriated experience ID, which we're gonna grab from the browser, from the address bar, and you're gonna make this connection, I would say, between a Sitecore rule that you have and a personalize. So let's take a look on the demo. So here we are in our XM Cloud website. We're gonna open Experience Editor. And let's scroll down and find our component. Yeah, there we go, promo component. Let's click on the button. And now let's click there to add, and then first variant, morning. Now let's select our personalized connect rule. We need the web experience ID that's in the address bar. On the personalize, yes, let's copy that. Yeah, let's put on the box. Okay. Enter the value, morning. Okay. So let's select out our data source. We have a content specific for morning created. And let's repeat the process for the other variants. So for afternoon, yes. For evening, also for night. And there you go. So let's check your variant and see the content that you create for that. So afternoon, you can see on the title, it's written there, afternoon. Right, morning, the image changed as well, but on the title you can see morning. So we know that is working. So let's publish our items. Publish it to database edge. So you see, now I publish it to the edge. We talk a little bit about that. So we have now our logic.
It's me. I think
Yeah,
that's my slide.
yeah, it is.
Okay. So José presented how to edit the content and set up the variations for the personalization. But in the personalized side, we also have to set up the logic. Remember that the logic has to be in the personalized. So in this part of the demo, we are going to create the web experience and apply the custom code to determine the time of the day. And we are doing that with JavaScript. The JavaScript runs on the client browser so that it will always take the clock from his browser. Okay, so here is our web experience that has been created. As you can see, there's no HTML anymore, but the JavaScript is there. The block is very easy. It's just taking the hour of the day, the time of the day, and telling if it's morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And with that, we can then call the two methods. I will just repeat once again to show we have this. The good part of the important part is that based on the time of the day, we have the morning, afternoon, evening, or night that will match to those that José showed before. In the line 19, we have a method that automatically takes the data source according to the current situation. And in the line 22, we populated the block, basically just populating the content, showing the content on screen. Seated action. So here is how, if you browse today, if you go to the home page of the website, In this situation here, it's shown afternoon because it's 1:35 p.m. But I will change the clock. I will change to 1:36 a.m. and browse again. You see night. I'll change again. I'll do like 10 a.m. or something, time in the morning, 10:41, and refresh. Guess what? It shows morning. Okay, so this is a demonstration of how the clock of the user is being used to personalize. Oh yeah. Okay, so we saw just like XM Cloud has its I would say limitations when it comes to personalize and how it can improve when we plug personalize to it. And this is an interesting table where you can see tabulated how Sitecore defines the personalization capabilities between listen, think, respond, and learn. In the first column here, you have a column for XM Cloud standalone without any other additives. And as you can see, it's not covering much. It's just covering a few features, like including page personalization, like we saw. But if you add XM Cloud to the game, plus the code that we just shared with you today, you will have the full column covered. Basically, giving XM Cloud the full capabilities of personalization when working pair to pair, hand to hand with Sitecore Personalize.
So let's go for some final thoughts on that. We talk a little bit about cloud, personalize, all that stuff, about how we feel that. And one thing is that you need to stepping out of our comfort zone is learning new stuff. And well, one way to keep learning is through the Sitecore Learning Portal, and we have a lot of trainings there, and it's always new trainings. And we had the opportunity to do one of those XM Cloud trainings, and it was pretty useful, really good content. Even for a person that never saw Sitecore in their lives, the content covers a lot of ground, and there's like a lot of courses. So I have XM Cloud for content authors, so I have XM Cloud for business users, for technical users, headless developers, and also there is the instructional led training already. It's say coming soon, but it's already available. So if you want to have have someone from Sitecore to give you the training, and you have the opportunity to pose your questions during the training. You also have the course is already available for you. And also, if you need to take the certification is based on, I mean, on the course. The course, of course, helps you. Uh, it's already available, the certification, and you can try to get it. Just heads up, it covers a lot of ground from Sitecore. So it covers, I would say, everything that exists, because it's like even for developers, even like Docker, Sitecore containerization, all that stuff, how this integrates with XM Cloud. So there's a lot of ground to be covered in this certification. And anyway, it's available for you.
Yep. Same comes for CDP and Personalize. There's a lot of training in the learning portal. Scan it or just browse the website and you find lots of material for your business users, for your salespeople, for administrators. If you're pursuing the certification exam, go through the study guide. It's free. There's some sales fundamentals as well. And last but not least, for technical people, there are a bunch of trainings on technical users for Personalize, for CDP. Don't miss it. It's really important to get some knowledge, chew for you before you just cross the jungle alone. You don't have to do it. To finalize, I would like to finish this presentation with the words from Alvin Toffler. the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn and learn and relearn. So don't stop, trusting your capability to adapt, because that is the difference between staying alive, staying around or not. Thank you so much.